What's going on, guys? Today we've got some domination gameplay in the background. I get about 70 kills, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hit that notification bell because I'm starting to post more content again, and I'm going to try and upload daily from now on, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, today I just wanted to talk about historical accuracy in video games and where I think it really needs just to be let go. It doesn't matter anymore, and what my problem is with historical accuracy when it comes to video games. Now, I'm not talking about the campaign side of things. The campaign side of things should be historically accurate when it comes to a game like World War II or Battlefield 5, which is also based in World War II. And I think that this is something very important. I think when it comes to the campaign and the story mode, it's got to be believable, it's got to be realistic, and it's got to be, you know, immersive and stuff like that. When it comes to multiplayer, I really don't think that it being immersive is really going to be something that is very important in my opinion. I just don't see the need for it to be an immersive multiplayer. Unless you were running around in a VR headset on a treadmill or something, so you're with a gun in your hand, so you really feel like you're actually running around with the weapon in your hands, taking people out left, right and centre and putting your eye up to the scope and feeling the recoil in the gun and everything. I really don't think that that is something that we should really worry about when it comes to multiplayer. For me personally, multiplayer is where the fun happens. Multiplayer is where you let the boundaries go a little bit and you are able to throw in some crazy customization and do some different stuff that makes the game unique and makes the game fun and gives it a lot more replayability. Multiplayer is where most people will spend a lot of their time when it comes to Battlefield and Call of Duty. You know, this is a time where I think that if you limit the content that you can put into the game, you are limiting the time that people will be able to play the game for. You are limiting how often they'll want to come back to the game. You're limiting the options they've got, and that is a bad thing. I feel like World War II suffered from this historical accuracy stuff right at the beginning, because everyone came into this game thinking, right, World War II is going to save Call of Duty, it's boots on the ground, it's great, it's exactly what we want. Then people got their hands on it and were like, this is a copy and paste Call of Duty, like they said about the previous 10 before Advanced Warfare came out. And then even Advanced Warfare apparently was a copy and paste of some other Call of Duty game, even though it felt nothing like any of the video games I'd ever played before in the Call of Duty series. Same with Black Ops 3, same with Infinite Warfare. They were all unique, they were all different, yet people were like, it's still a copy and paste, even though we had thruster packs, jetpacks, wall running, and pretty much, you know, space warfare in one of them. I mean, I don't know how the frig that is a copy and paste of something like Modern Warfare 2, because it really isn't. And another thing is that people want Modern Warfare 2 remastered, and I'm like, no you don't. All you remember is the hazy-eyed, good memories, all the great times, and nothing about how bad the game was when the game was actually out and everyone was, you know, one-man army noob tubes and everything else like that. It's a great game, I'll admit that. It's a great game. I'm level 70 on it, I've played quite a bit, and I still play it till this day. But there is a lot of problems with Call of Duty World War II, with Modern Warfare 2, and I think a lot of people really need to see through that and start looking at those problems instead of looking at it with a glass full or glass shade on. Because if you're looking at a game like that and you're blinkered and you think it's the best game ever, you're going to come unstuck if it ever does get remastered, and that's what happened with Modern Warfare 4, with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Everyone thought it was going to be the greatest thing ever. It came out, people played it for about a month, got bored of it, moved on. And that is just how it goes. So, yeah, when it comes to historically accurate games, I think that this is not something that it should be. I don't think it should be in video games when it comes to the multiplayer side of things. You are limiting the developers far too much. You're limiting what the gameplay aspects can be in that game. Now, I'm all for a World War II game only having World War II weaponry, and prototype weaponry from that era and stuff like that. I'm completely fine with that. What I'm not fine with is if they started to throw in like guns like the gun like the blunderbuss sort of makes sense in Call of Duty World War II. That was recently added, but the other thing is like the PTRS sniper rifle that just got added to World War II is a tank killer gun. It's not meant for shooting people, yet you can use it against people in multiplayer. If you want to really be fucking nitpicky about historical accuracy, that would not be a thing, and you would not be able to use it in multiplayer at all. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want it to be 100% accurate, you want it to be completely set in World War II and everything like that, you're not going to have any camos to unlock that are really interesting. That's like the chrome camo was the most sort of sought after camo in World War II. It was boring as hell. Nobody really grinded for it anymore. I actually got to the point where I didn't want to grind for it because it wasn't worth it. I already had better camos unlocked from supply drops, so I was like, you know what? I give up when it comes to, you know, recording that and actually doing that series because I just didn't want to bother with it anymore. I got bored of grinding for that camo that wasn't really worth the grind that I was doing for it. I just got bored of it very, very quickly, and I think that that is something that a lot of people really need to realise and really needed to think about before they start going on about this historical accuracy bullshit that is plaguing so many video games at the moment. I mean, for me personally, I couldn't care less. I would rather the game be fun and full of random stuff and, you know, enjoyable and make us want to come back to the game day in, day out, like Call of Duty World War II is right now. We have 13 reticle unicorns, and we have, you know, weapon accessories that are like basketballs or trash cans or whatever, which we never had at the beginning of the game. All we had was pistol grips, and there was far too many of them. You ended up with loads and loads of them, and they were pretty rubbish, and you never really got to see them anyway either, which was really, really crap. So, in my opinion, do I think that World War II made the right decision in going away from the historical accuracy stuff and making the game more fun? Yeah, and I want Battlefield 5 to do the same thing. I want that game to come out, I want that game to be fun, I want that game to be enjoyable. I really don't want to get into that game and do what I did with Battlefield 1. Because for me, Battlefield 1 was the biggest waste of money I have ever had. Because I literally got to level 20 or level 10 or something like that and just straight up quit the game because I got bored of it because of the lack of content, because of the lack of customization, because of the lack of everything in that game. You know, there wasn't many weapons, there was only certain things that you could do in that game, and it was very limiting for the player to be able to like go and put a camo on a weapon. You had to like unlock a brand new weapon. To do something else, you had to do something completely different, and there wasn't really many options when it came to how the game was being played and how you wanted to play it. You literally had a few options, which was run around the map like a crazy person, play Battlefield slow like normal, and not really much else. There wasn't really too many options when it came to, you know, what weapon attachments you could put on, what camos you could unlock, what accessories you could put on your weapon, what, you know, different things that you could add to the game to make the game just more enjoyable, more fun for everyone to play. And I think that that is something that now we have that in World War II. It's keeping a lot of people playing the game more and more, and it's also keeping the player base not only playing the game more and more, but it's keeping people coming back to the game. And it's bringing other people that maybe gave the game not a chance at the beginning because of that lack of customization. They're now coming back to the game and really enjoying it. Now, one thing I've always got to say in this video is this is my opinion, and if you want to be funny about historical accuracy, there's nothing accurate about you using a controller to, you know, you using a controller to literally control a player on your screen to run around a map or whatever, because maps never existed in World War II, video games never existed in World War II, and neither did controllers and Wi-Fi and internet and everything like that. So pretty much everything about the experience that you're having is completely inaccurate anyway, so I don't see the valid statements of, oh, it's got to be historically accurate because it's World War II, you've got to honour all the soldiers and this, that and the other. If it's in that time period and the game is fun, I don't see a problem with it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future content, because if you don't, well, YouTube's not going to show you that there's any videos on my channel or anything, because YouTube's weird like that. I don't know what's going on, but hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.